Hello and welcome back. I'm Daddy Denmark. Join me in my kitchen for another episode of Danish Delights, where today we will be making perhaps the most traditional Danish cookie there is for Christmas. It's called peppernuts, or in Danish we call it peppernutter. It's a very old recipe. There's my daughter there playing as always. Obviously, how could I forget to introduce my daughter, Freya? Right, get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're not allowed to be in the kitchen. Sorry about that. Just had to put her out the gate. Had to gate off the kitchen because otherwise she just runs in here, especially when I have the oven on. So, if you're new to this channel, one of the first things you should know is I don't edit my videos. Yeah, that's right. I just think it's a bit of cheating when you edit your videos. I just want to show you how easy recipes can really be. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to make the most traditional Danish Christmas cookie, the peppernuts, or peppernutter, as they call them in Germany. And it's actually a very simple recipe. You'll notice if you look online for... Excuse me, I'm talking here, thank you. Yeah. You'll notice if you look online for recipes about it, that some of them say that you should use whipping cream. I don't use whipping cream in mine, it's just not necessary. Okay. Like in my last video when I made the marzipan cookies, I had a batch already going in the oven just so you could see the end result. And trust me, that's still not cheating because they never turn out perfect. The last batch of marzipan orange cookies, one of them or two of them actually ended up getting burnt. So it just proves that I show you what it is. So we're going to start out with... Oh, I'll get my composure here again. We're going to start out with 400 milliliters of flour. That's roughly about 400 grams. Then we're going to have like 100 grams of white caster sugar. We're going to pour into there. And we got ourselves 1 teaspoon of white pepper. Remember, it has to be white pepper. Don't use black pepper. It just won't taste the same. And we're gonna take ourselves 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Put that in there as well. And we got ourselves 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. Put that in there. 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda, or baking soda as some call it. There we go. Okay, we'll just mix all that together quickly. Go. 1 egg. Excuse me. I guess I should have prepared a bit more and had it out already, but anyway, 1 egg. Let's do a mix. So far easy peasy. Then we got ourselves, let me just get a spoon. Got ourselves some soft butter. In this case I'm using a Danish butter called Lorpak. You can buy that in the supermarket in most places. So we need around 150 grams. So that's pretty much what I have in here. There we go, nice and soft. Time to wash your hands and get in there. Alright. Now you keep mixing this up until it forms a nice smooth dough. All the spices together, mixing together, just smells divine, it really does. Anyway, like I said, it's important you use white pepper. Don't be a cheapskate or be lazy and just use black pepper because that's what you have at home. I know it can be fine, it can be hard to find white ground pepper. Actually, it was difficult for me. I had to go out and buy myself one of those medley packs that has them all mixed together. It was the only one I could find nearby. And I had to stand there picking out the white peppercorns so I could grind them up. Standing there like an idiot picking them out. But anyway, I'm sure I can buy it somewhere in like a specialist or a bigger supermarket. Just happened to be a small supermarket I went to. Yeah, like I said, these pepper nuts here are probably the most traditional Danish Christmas cookie. Apparently they date back all the way to the 16th century. But from what I hear, the recipe back then was a lot different, because obviously a lot of these spices you wouldn't have been able to come by in those days. Anyway, here we go. You just fold that a little bit here on the table like you would a bread. If you want to make your life a little bit harder when you roll this out, you can just put a little bit of flour on the table. Anyway, not needed. So there we go. Delicious. Now, all depending on what size you like your cookies at, I'd suggest, at least for the peppermint, that you do them, just keep your bowls smaller than a walnut. Otherwise, if you make your cookie bowls much bigger than that, than a walnut, then they'll take longer to cook. And they won't be as crisp inside. So anyway, in the traditional recipe for these pepper nuts here, it's not bicarb soda that you use, but it's the closest thing you can get to it. Otherwise, you'd have to go to a specialist Danish store, which I know there is one in Perth that I have been using before, that I've bought from, but I just couldn't be bothered this time. I think this here will be a good substitute. Anyway, there you go. You just keep rolling out these small balls. Funnily enough, if you look at recipes online, you'll find that it says there's quite a lot of prep time, at least around half an hour or something like that. But as you can see, that's not the case. Very easy, very quick. I'm thinking about in some of my next recipes that I'm going to introduce my daughter to the camera. See if we can make a movie star out of her. Because not only does she sound cute, she's actually cute. So hopefully I can purchase myself a learning tower so I can have next to me here and she can pop her head up when she wants to. Anyway, that was the simple recipe here. Flour. Bye. Flour, sugar, white pepper, cinnamon, ginger, and cloves, and bicarb, and butter. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's have a look at these. Yep, they're definitely done. There we go. Look how delicious those look. Now you want to let them cool down a bit. You don't generally eat these warm. You normally eat them cooled down completely. Anyway, that's what you get. And they will rise, so you don't really need a bowl much bigger than your thumb. Anyway, I probably should have said in the beginning of the video, since most of you won't actually be watching to the end of it, that you should like, subscribe and share this video. And for the next video, I'm going to be doing another recipe with my homemade marzipan. If you haven't watched that video, you should go check that out. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I am Daddy Denmark, and have a nice day.